obviously it wasn't the day everyone associated with Northeastern was hoping for or envisioned. But I think you have to give credit to an outstanding Kansas program. You know, they played really, really well today. I think they took us out of our own identity. Typically, we're a team that, you know, moves the ball on offense and shares the ball and gets quality looks. I thought, you know, their efforts really limited the quality of our looks, and unfortunately, we couldn't make any shots today. And you know, if you were kind of dialing up the blueprint for an upset, it would include, you know, a great shooting night, and unfortunately, we didn't have that. But that being said, I couldn't be prouder of this group of young men. It doesn't take away of what they accomplished this year, and just getting to this point and playing in this tournament and competing against some of the very best teams in this tournament, certainly Kansas, one of the best programs of all time, was an experience that I think we'll all remember for the rest of our lives. So at the end of the day, it was just, you know, they were just too much for us inside, shot the ball too well, and executed too well in order for us to get a victory.
Questions for Bolden Brace and Jordan Rowland, please.
John Coon, Boston Globe. Jordan, just looking at the second half there, you guys came out to start the half, cut it to 7, and then they proceeded to outscore you guys 32-6 over an 11-minute stretch. What kind of got away from you as a team defensively and offensively in that stretch?
Yeah, I just think getting away from our plan. We had a game plan that we went in, and we didn't execute. We got a little momentum going before that for that last media, and they just came out and we weren't able to stop them.
Just for both of you, you know, obviously Vasa and Anthony and Jeremy playing their final games, just kind of memories playing with them and kind of, you know, what it was like to play with them throughout their careers, especially Vasa.
We're going to miss them tremendously. They did a lot for our program. Vasa's like one of my closest friends, so I'll miss him on and off the court next year. I'll miss all three of them. But I think all three of them brought a lot to our program, and they'll definitely be missed.
I think being with those guys for the 3 years that I was a really special opportunity for me. I went through a lot of turmoil with those guys, and I feel like after this season, it almost seems like we overcame some of that. Despite the loss tonight, I'm really appreciative that I got the opportunity to play with those guys and be a part of this family with those guys. So I think they really are special guys, and I'm grateful for them.
You guys are known for your excellent three-point shooting, and tonight it just wasn't there. Was it, what were they doing something differently on defense, or was it just one of those nights where the shots just aren't falling? Bolden.
You know, as Coach said, we went in with a plan. We knew they were going to hard show. That was their defensive coverage, and as bigs, we were supposed to pop it and try to get skip, open threes, and I just don't think we executed very well. After the first couple shots didn't fall, I don't know if we got a little flustered, but we kind of relied on our offense and our three-point shooting, and when that didn't work out, I think other parts of our game kind of fell apart a little bit.
Questions for Coach Cohen?
Coach, DJ Lawson is a great player, had a very good game tonight, a tough matchup. Talk about some of the challenges defending him inside and outside. Seemed like he got his game going on both levels.
Yeah, he's an outstanding player, maybe a top 10 player in the country, but he's got a tremendous feel for the game. He's got great hands. Obviously, his skill set is what it was. I mean, I think he's 3 for 5 from 3. He's incredible around the basket in terms of his timing and his length and his way to create angles on the glass. And we didn't really have a matchup for him, and Bo got him to start, but when they put him at the 5, it gets even more problematic for us because he's a guy that can take Anthony away from the basket or overpower Thomas underneath. So it was a very difficult matchup for us going in. We were hoping to do a better job on him, but I think every time that we made a mini run, he was a guy that kind of stepped up and answered to it. But it speaks to his, senior leadership and his talent level. When you're facing a guy like that, he just settled them down each and every time that we made a mini run at him.
When you look at the three-point shooting, from your perspective, what was kind of the biggest factor for the shots just not dropping? I mean, it seemed like you were getting some pretty good looks on there, but they just weren't dropping.
Yeah, I thought we were anxious to start the game. I thought everybody, usually your catch and shoot threes are your best percentage shot threes, and a lot of threes we took were of that variety, but we also took some threes off the dribble, which are generally a lower percentage three. I thought their switching defense ultimately caused us some problems because, they put everybody has a man on them, so it's a one-on-one situation. And I thought their defensive scheme turned our team, which is pretty typically an elite teamwork philosophy, into a one-on-one game, and that certainly favored Kansas. I mean, whether it was one-on-one on a post. And not going against team defense or on offense, trying to go one-on-one against their switching defense. And I thought we lost some energy. I do think at the beginning of the second half we came out, we made a little run at them and thought we could climb back in it, but they answered that with a big punch of their own.
Voss has done so many good things for you guys over the last couple of years. Was it tough to see him on a personal level have such a struggling performance in his final game for you?
Yeah, I mean, certainly doesn't diminish what he's accomplished and what he's meant to this program. But, whenever it's so hard to get to this stage, and I think everybody almost, in some respect, just wanted it too badly to happen. And sometimes when you try too hard or you push too much or you put too much expectation on yourself, you can not perform at a high level. But he's been outstanding. We would not be playing today. We'd all be home, glued to our TVs, watching it if it weren't for Vasa. He's a tremendous competitor. He's a tremendous leader, and unfortunately today he didn't have his best game. But we're proud of him, and as we are of all the guys and their efforts throughout the year.
We have time for 2 more. We'll start right here.
Bill, forgive me if you've been asked, but you made a lineup change in the second half, brought some guys off the bench. What were you thinking? Was it just to get some new blood and also let those other guys watch the game for a minute, or?
Yeah, I thought we were pressing, and we were pressing most of the game, offensively and so on, even defensively. We were trying to contain their defensive transition, and we were taking some gambles in the backcourt. Guys were one-pass shot on the offensive end. We didn't take time to break the defense down, and it's not because they don't want to win or they don't want to. They're trying to help, but sometimes when you're in the moment, if you can just take a breather and see it. And I was, wanted to get some fresh blood in there. Guys were coming out a little winded, and just utilize the guys on the bench. Maybe they could change our energy. And I thought that group did a decent job. They settled down. They ran some offense. It wasn't perfect, but it allowed the other guys to kind of shift their paradigm a little bit.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.